Oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine.
Do I look lonely? I see the shadows on my face.
Hello my loves, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to teach you how to recreate this exact look. I will go through it step by step on how I have achieved this look, every single section. I have blue up top, yellow on the bottom. It is going to be a quick and very smooth ride, so let's jump right on in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get right into my eyebrows because that's what takes me the longest, honestly. So I'm going to draw a line right down the middle of my nose, as well as do basically like a template for my brows so that they're perfectly aligned, because a lot of times people's brows be coming out looking like distant cousins instead of sisters like they're supposed to. So then after that, I will go fill them in with my Bobbi Brown dark brown eyeshadow palette, as well as carve them out with a L'Oreal True Match C7.
Do I look lonely? I see the shadows on my face. People have told me I don't look the same. Maybe I lost weight. I'm playing hooky with the best of the best. Put my heart on my chest so that you can see it too. I'm walking the long road, watching the sky fall, the lace in your dress.
The next thing I'll do is I will apply my color correctant underneath my eyes, as I use the contour cream kit and I use coral right in the middle to be my color correctant for my dark circles. And I put it anywhere that I have a spot where it's really, really dark and I don't like it and I just want to correct it before I put on my foundation. I'll put it there. So
I don't look the same. Maybe I lost weight.
okay, so we have the color correctant on. I put it literally anywhere that I don't like for my dark areas to show, because I want my foundation to be as patchless as possible. The next thing I'll do after that is I will contour my nose just a smidge bit. I will add 2 lines right down the base on this side and this side, and it's just like a very simple contour, and it gives me just a slightly thinner look to my nose bridge. So here we go.
I'm playing hooky with the
Okay, so the next thing I'll do once I have my contour lines just kind of sitting there, I will take a simple beauty blender and I will blend out the color corrected that I put across where all my dark spots are, and I will just kind of like blend that out. I don't want to get rid of it completely, but I do want to just make it just a little softer.
best of the best. Put my heart on my chest so that
So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the exact same concealer that I used underneath to carve my eyebrows out. I'm going to use that color and I'm going to pull it all the way down to my eyelid so that I can mute the skin underneath, because with color, with this look that I'm doing is very colorful, I need this look to be as popping as possible. So I need to give it a very clean base look underneath. So we're going to pull it all the way down. So
see it too. I'm walking the long road, watching the sky fall, the lace.
So what I do is I'm going to open up this Juvia's Place palette, the Warrior palette, and I am going to use the lightest shade in here, this one right here, and I'm going to literally just pat it down with that shade because it gives it a setting powder and it gives like a setting base, and you need that for any type of liquid underneath. So let's get it done.
In your dress tangles my neck. How do I live the death of a bachelor?
Okay, once we finish that, we basically have a nice blank canvas for our eyelids for when we do move in with the color. So the next thing I will do personally is I'll move ahead and I'll really knock out most of my stuff from my skin.
Letting the water fall, the death of a bachelor. Seems so fitting for happily ever after. How could I ask for more? Lifetime of laughter at the expense.
So the majority of our look is going to come from this Juvia's Place palette. It is called the Zulu by Juvia's Place. And I love this palette because it is just so vivid and so bright. And as a dark skin girl, it's very difficult to find brands that when you apply the color initially, it shows up. And Juvia's Place does that. Every single time Juvia's Place delivers over and over again. And shouts out to y'all because everyone else ain't doing that. And I appreciate you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump right in, and the main base of our color is going to be this beautiful blue right here. There's a shimmer blue, and then there is a regular blue right here. Regular, shimmer, regular, there we go. So we're gonna use the regular, and we're gonna take that and we're just gonna literally just blend it out all the way across the eyelid so that we can have a nice smooth color the entire time. So
How could I ask for more? Lifetime of laughter at the expense of the death of a bachelor. I'm cutting my mind off. Feels like
So once we have a nice cocktail of color right here, we have not even moved from one color, but yet it already seems like it has different shades going on. That tends to happen when you make a blank canvas on your eyelid. It is gonna always look a little bit brighter on the actual lid and a little bit darker just right above it. So what I like to do is I will use a compact brush such as this, something simple, and I will go back in with the color we were just in and really just pack it down on top of the lid so it can just look a little more similar to the area above it. So
feels like my heart is going to burst. Alone at a table for two, and I just wanna be served.
as with a woman with dark skin, one thing I will say, no matter what color it is or whoever you're getting it from, the key to a nice popping color, no matter who you're wearing, is layers. Layers, layers, layers. Layers are gonna make sure that that color is like in your fucking face, okay? So what we're gonna do now that we have the color that we're looking for, we're gonna go back in to the Warrior palette. Now mind you, there's a regular color blue and then there is a nice shimmery blue. We're gonna go in with this shimmer blue, and we're gonna use a very padded, a very easy, compact brush, something very simple, something very flat. And we are going to go in and we're going to take it just across the lid. And we're not gonna go all the way up at the top anymore. We're gonna stay right down at the bottom.
And when you think of me, am I the best you've...
So a lot of times with shimmers, if you ever swatch a palette and you're just like, wow, this is so pretty when I swatch it on my wrist, but when I apply it with a brush, it's not spreading the way I need to. I personally have learned that your best friend in that situation is going to be your finger. As they say, the finger was the first beauty blender. It's the best beauty blender. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a finger, just simply rub it right on in that palette, and take it and smear it. By smearing it with just your finger, it gives it that metallic feel that it was intended to have initially. And that way, you don't have to struggle and sit there for hours trying to apply it with just a brush. So
Share one more drink with me. Smile even though you're...
So once that's done, you'll notice that the shimmer that you have on is so much brighter now. And that's exactly what you're looking for. That's exactly what you want. Immediately afterwards, what I will do, because I still have work to do, is I will take some concealer that I use personally, and I will just go right underneath and apply my concealer so I can lighten up underneath my eyes.
I'm walking the lawn.
So now that I officially look like I'm ready to try out for the Lion King, the next thing I will do is I will take a brush and I will just go in to just try and blend it out because this is excessive. And I don't want to be out here looking casket ready. So take a brush, blend it out.
Watching the sky fall. The lace in your dress tangles my...
After I've applied my concealer, the next thing I'll do is I'll go over it very, very gently with my pressed powder, and I use Black Radiance, of course, my favorite brand. I use Black Radiance, and I just go over it very, very quickly, very gently.
My neck. How do I...
So now that you see that we're starting to look more one color, one unified, dark, beautiful color, I will then go in with my setting powder. I use it to bake. It's by Mercier. It is their translucent medium deep. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm just gonna take it and apply it across the cheeks and chin and a little bit of nose. So, going back into the palette we were just in, beautiful, we are going to take the yellow that's located at the very tip top, right next to the orange. Oh my, okay. Take the yellow that's located right next to the orange, and we're going to apply that in our very middles, right in the corners, and we're gonna take that and we're gonna slide it to halfway to the middle of the eye. So we're gonna go from here all the way to the middle. Once we get there, we're going to then apply a very thin gold from the palette that we used earlier, the Warrior palette. We're going to use the gold that's at the very bottom because it has the most yellow consistency to it. This one right here. And we will use that to give it just a shimmer, just a little glimmer in the middle, you know. Like Rihanna said. You know the lyrics. So here we go. All right, and now let's go in with the gold in the corners. So once we have the gold set and the yellow that's going across the underneath, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna apply our eyeliner. At the expense of the death of a bachelor. I finished up my brows because as of right now, they're way too close. So I have to break them up because as cute as the unibrow is, it's not. So we're gonna get rid of that and we're gonna get rid of the baking powder. All right, so as we are wrapping up, the next thing we're gonna do is apply our lashes. Okay, so once we have our lashes on, the next thing I like to do is I like to apply basically the rest of my face. So that's gonna be my bronzer and my highlight, and I will also highlight my brow bone. So then, of course, the last and final thing you have to do is just add a lippy. And yeah, this is the finished look, and I'm very happy with it. And I hope you guys love this look so that you can come back next week and see another look. So thank you for tuning in. I really did enjoy time with you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And I will see you guys next week.